Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Gaming with Goody, and today I'm going to review and give you my honest opinion of a game that we never thought was going to come out. It was announced back in 2014, and here it is finally, Crackdown 3. This is going to be the campaign mode that I'm going to discuss with you. I'm going to do two videos. There's going to be a campaign and the multiplayer, which is called Wrecking Zone. The campaign, the file size weighs in at 13.6 gigabytes, which is really not too big for a game that is made in 2019, because most games are averaging 50 gigabytes these days. And the reason being, and this is just my opinion, is because this game has been in development for so long. Oh, let me tell you this real quick. They added the celebrity Terry Crews as a character in this game. There he is. He's badass. And that is who I chose to be in this game. And I just think Microsoft done a good job in getting him involved in the game. But like I was saying, this game feels like it's been passed on through like 6 or so companies. And some parts of the game seems to be more futuristic or detailed, like they were recently made, rather than some other parts of the game. Like right here, this cinematic, it feels like it was probably made sometime within the last year. And there's a lot of detail and everything in it. But when we get into the actual gameplay here in just a second, you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, Microsoft hyped this game up so much. This game could have been perfect, and people would not have been happy. Like, here is the actual gameplay, and I don't think it's bad, but it feels just a little bit wonky with the controls. That's the best word I can think that comes to mind. It just feels a little bit off. And some of the camera angles sometimes, the way you have to control the camera angle with the right analog stick sometimes to get a good view, because it gets out of whack. There are vehicles in the game. Those are back. And when you get in these vehicles, it saves them to, your agency, your garage, if you can remember from Crackdown 1. And there are a lot more variety of cars in this game, and they all drive a little differently. You're going to have your races, and it's just a little bit faster to get to places also on the map that you don't have a supply point that you can't teleport to. It's just a really nice way to get around. Also back, you'll see on the left is your statistics over there. Your agility, your gun rate and how you handle the guns, your strength, your explosive level, and your driving abilities. Now you can build those up by, let's say, if you want to build your strength up, you go up and you start punching people, and each of these are color coded too. So strength is represented by red, and like your firepower shooting is represented by like how many magazines you can hold and different guns you can get. But anyways, it's represented by blue. But in this, you can go up to a certain person and shoot them with blue, shoot them with a gun, and then hit them, and then you can get blue and red, energy. You can basically switch it up like that. There's also, as you just saw, these cool new robotic monsters and everything. This is a tactical car right here. Tactical, meaning immune to bullets and everything. But as you can see, here in just a second. They're not immune to everything. Just look right there. That new enemy just totally destroyed me. But even though this game has its flaws, this game is very fun. You could easily waste hours upon this game, especially if you're a fan of the Crackdown series. I personally think that Microsoft should have made this game the sequel to Crackdown 1 instead of the actual Crackdown 2 they came out with on the 360 years ago. This is a worthy successor. Is it a 9 or a 10 game? No, it's not perfect. You can kind of feel and look when you're playing it. Like some of it looks like it's newer, like than other parts. It just feels like it kind of got passed back and forth, for many years. And then at the very end, these people tried to polish this game up and try to fix it the best they could. And overall, it's not a bad game. And since I'm a fan of the series, then I accept this game, and I accept it enough to play it and to call it good. And it's a blast being in a tactical a tactical vehicle like that, and just to go at it with running over people and just having fun. If I had to compare this game, two games together, I would say this game is like Borderlands meets Grand Theft Auto 5. That's kind of how I compare the two. There's more things you can interact with. The backgrounds in this game a lot better, and it's a little different. The jumping is somewhat different. The way the agent moves around, it's just overall it's kind of like Crackdown Part 1, but just with a lot more added stuff. The map and the world, the sandbox is open world, and you can pick and choose what you're going to do next in the campaign, and it'll tell you the probability of you succeeding. Or you can just free roam, if you just want to waste some time and find agility orbs, or if you just want to cause chaos and have fun, you can do that too. You also find supply points so that you can teleport from there. That's what I'm doing right here, setting up a supply point, and I find it. Got to kill the bad guys first, and then it's right over there. And you can also on the supply point, you can go through your weapons and your inventory and everything. You can change those out if you want. You can see what you've unlocked, what you've not unlocked, your loadout, your agent DNA. You can do travel. You can set waypoints. You can do all that. You can actually look at this map, this HUD map of the worlds, or the world that you're in, and the things that there are to do. And you have a legend to the left to tell you what kind of mission that is if you choose to go on it, and it'll tell you your chance of survival, depending on how strong your agent is and what kind of weaponry you have. And you can choose to do whatever mission you want to do, or like I said, you can go in free roam. It's entirely up to you.
Every enforcer operation you bust up.
So
Don't see many refugees
like this, I chose a monorail mission where I'm going in here, and you can see how many enemies there are. There's some robot enemies in this game too. There's all different kinds. There's like ninjas and regular gangster enemies. There's a lot of different new types of guns, and you'll find that out. And it's fun, really fun to discover all the new things that they have in this new Crackdown game. So I guess I'm gonna try to sum this up here in just a second. You can see you still have the long shot. You know, you can actually use the left bumper button to lock onto your targets. Use the right trigger button to shoot. So I mean, it's really not that hard of a game. The jumping's fun because you can grab a hold of ledges and everything, and then the platforms, the bosses, you know, they have bosses in this game that you fight, and you know, each one has maybe have a weakness of a different gun or sort of gun, or there may be even a few puzzles that you have to figure out. That's kind of cool, you know, like you have to shut down an electrical grid or throw a rock into some acid to shut down, you know, some of the pumps in the bioweapons world. But anyways, to sum it all up, I would give this game a 7 out of 10 stars. I definitely recommend you playing it. I'm going to do the review on the multiplayer now. I will see you guys next video.